Welcome to another episode of A Couple of Bronze Badasses.
Hey, you got it right this time.
This might be the fourth time we're recording this one, and every time except for this time, I have screwed up the name.
It's the first try if they don't hear the other ones.
Well, I'm exhausted. I haven't slept in a while, and it is going on 2 a.m. here, and I was up at 7 a.m. You're working night, so this is your usual schedule, right, Sherlock?
Yeah, I'm doing all right still.
All right. Well, yep, as usual, I am Oltum, playing Protoss, the sexy narrator.
And I'm Sherlock, the man with the beard over here.
Playing his usual Terran. His third week actually ever playing the game. He's only owned this game for 3 weeks.
Well, actually, this is the end of the second week since we started on the first day I got this game.
That is true.
This is the third time we've gotten together to play.
Third time gotten together to play, owning the game for about 2 weeks. Anyway, real quick, our openings are very basic openings. 9-pool scout for, not 9-pool, 9 pylon.
9-pool with Protoss, amazing.
I know, I am that good. No, 9 pylon scout. Terran goes to build the wall. He doesn't scout because you don't really see the need in 2s. I get down here and I notice the wall is non-existent. He has no walls at either of the ramps. And I managed to escape the gaze of that overlord. And I decide just to tuck my probe up here in this corner. And we're going to see how that pans out for me.
It seems to have been fairly effective in several of the games when you managed to get a little probe hiding away in a corner.
Yeah, actually, we've played about 10 games, and I've pulled the probe trick off 5 times, and 4 of the 5 times has netted in a very quick victory for us.
Very decisive.
I mean, I know it's only bronze, but it still makes me feel all warm and fuzzy inside when I can sneak behind their wall and catch them completely off guard.
It is a little bit disappointing, though, when none of my troops get to see any action.
Well, he's used to most of his troops not seeing action, if you catch my drift. We got
Forever alone.
Forever alone, indeed. We got his SCV micro-wing, because we're checking for bunker rushes. It was weird that we didn't see the wall, so I thought maybe he was doing something weird. Turns out he's just bad, sneaks an overlord in. This overlord does not end up going to the sweet spot. I don't know, I learned long ago that there's this hidden spot where Marines can't reach the overlord, and it just drives me crazy when a Zerg puts the player there. Speaking of Zerg, this is the first Zerg we've seen all night, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was quite interesting. 10 matches and no Zerg at all.
We fought a bunch of mirror teams and actually held our own. We got schooled once, learned how to play our roles.
Yeah, I was trying to mess around with getting a couple factories going since the pure bio approach that was taken last week was doing alright early on, but then it would peter out power level wise.
So now we're going, Thor is here. It has to do with Sherlock's crush on Arnold Schwarzenegger and saying,
Ooh, Arnold.
What's the cookie quote we like so much? Put the cookie down from Kindergarten Cop. Anyway.
Get your ass to Mars.
So normally we do a Marines with factory builds. Why I try to sneak in. If not, I just do a standard 4-gate opening with a quick expand. Sometimes I 1-gate expand depending on my scouting information. And then I'll tech to Immortals. I'm eventually going to start teching the Colossi. We've been fighting other Protoss and Terran. So yeah. Immortals have just made more sense to me. I'm sure someone will tell me in the comments if I'm a complete idiot in that regards. Sherlock here, as usual. Watch this little probe here. He moves him down here way early to build an expansion, and we'll sit here for the next minute and a half of game time.
You just don't get the level that I'm on here. It's so meta that you can't comprehend the brilliance of sitting on 500 resources.
Yeah, he's doing the hipster builds. Real quick to point out this Zerg, he got the Roach Worm built and out before he got a Queen, which makes his 7 Roach attack very late in my opinion. So he just got the Roaches. He's going to try to do a 7 Roach build here. Keep in mind, I still have my little probe hidden there, just like the camera I keep in Sherlock's shower.
What?
He finally expands. I have to keep tabs on my partner, man. I mean, it's the bonding. That's what makes a team.
I don't trust you anymore.
You have to watch more karate movies. It's not gay. Especially if you say no homo afterwards. Fast gate expand, going 4-gate. I'm really confident because I have this base in. At this point, I'm just going as fast as I can to get as many gates up with warp technology. Completely stop scouting, completely blind to this attack coming up.
Yeah.
7 Roaches are deadly, but it is at the 6.5-minute mark, and we should have been able to handle this better. But between me being in the enemy's base and you sucking at combat,
I got the job done. I got the job done. Sure, I lost my expansion, but What's an expansion for if not to lose?
Yeah, well, I mean, I take over here. He goes, the moves go to down. I make the judgment call to stick him back in this hole and say, you know what, lose the expansion. Don't let him into our main. We'll hold him here. We have the advantage. We have the ramp. We have the defender's edge. At this point, I've snuck in some units. You've all seen it before, the little warp sneak. And just come in and just start, decimating and just treating the probe like a holocaust.
Dude, not cool. My grandfather died.
I'm sorry, I probably shouldn't be making that.
Yeah, he fell off a guard tower.
You're an insane. All right.
I know.
So he retreats his Marines out of his bunkers. He just doesn't have enough. He lemmings them in. He's done. These Zergs worry me a little bit. I eventually single target them down. Not sure if that's the right call. I position myself very strategically between the command center and the gas, which does allow me to get flanked, but the Zerglings cannot surround my stalkers. I like to think that's good. What do you think, Sherlock? What do you think's safer?
It seemed to work out all right for you, but I just don't like the idea of being between two armies like that.
Well,
attacking in two different directions.
Two directions versus being surrounded by those Zerglings, which I would like to point out, he didn't even have speed, so it's not like they were much of a threat without speed. Anyway, we continue the onslaught. He does attempt to attack our ramp. Our units repel because defender's advantage. He brings the two roaches that survived home, and at this point, it is just over. It is GG. I'm warping in more units. Sherlock has teched more units. We're going factory, even if they recover, because we're playing a safe game. It's just over. And I, like a moron, I take a lesson from Sherlock's book and start attacking overlords.
Yeah, that does seem a bit silly if the plan is to continue on to the minions there and help out with a supply block issues that might cause.
And there goes Jeffy. That's a GG. The Terran player actually holds on the longest. That was a quick game of ours tonight. We thought we'd stop and record that one. Nice, fast. I don't know if that's a cheese or not, but hey, victory in the bronze.
A win's a win.
A win's a win. We will catch you guys later. Thanks for watching the videos. See ya.
Adios.
All right.